Welcome and hello. This is a video exercise in HEC ResSim, and in this exercise, I'm going to be talking about utility scripting. This is going to be a shorter exercise because all I'm going to do is create a very basic hello world type of script, create the script, run the script, and then schedule the script so you can kind of see the basics of how to create the script and do those things. And I promise in a later exercise, we will actually involve hydraulic data, simulations, and so on. But we don't have to draw a network or anything out like that in this exercise. Let's just go ahead and get started. First of all, I do have to create a watershed. So go ahead and select watershed setup from the module dropdown and then go file, new watershed. I'm going to call this video 29. Select the location for the watershed file and units, time zone. None of this is really important for our particular exercise, but okay. So the watershed has been created. That's great. Now let's go ahead and switch over to the simulation module. I believe you could do this from any module. Go ahead and go tools and then scripts. This right here is our script box. This is where we would click a button to run a script. That's just one of a few different ways to run a script, but it is where we will return to schedule that script. So we can keep that there for now, or we can close it and return to it later. Tools and then script editor. So here is our script editor. We have our choice of where we want to put the script. Let's just keep it in the simulation module within our watershed, which is called video 29 for this exercise. So I'll select simulation and then I'll right click new script. And what it does is it gives me a blank new script with some imports and some place to type the script. Okay, up here in the top, I'm going to give it a label. What we're going to do for this script is just print date and time. Pretty straightforward. I will leave these checkboxes checked to show in script selector and display script to user. Also worth pointing out is that right here is the location of the script. So if you're actually looking for the Python file and where it's saved, this is the location. This will obviously be different for everybody because we have different operating systems and usernames and so on. But there is the .py file. I'm going to not select an icon or put arguments, but I am going to type in or paste in a description here, and it's going to print the date and time to the user in a message box. So it's the current, I should say current date and time. All right, so that's all we're doing. We're not involving the time series data sets or any simulation data. Again, like I said, this is just a very simple, basic example of getting us started with these utility scripts. Next, I'm going to come down here to the main panel where I write the script. And I'm not even going to use the HEC libraries, but I will need the Java. I'm going to just paste in my code I had prepared. What it does is print out the current date and time. So what you're seeing in this last line of code here is to display a dialog box to say current date and time is the current date and time. Let's go ahead and test that script. So I come down here and click save and test. And then here we go. We got our message box. It says current date and time. This is the current date and time I'm recording this video. And then I'm going to go ahead and click OK. If I want to make more edits to this script, I'd have to actually come down here and click the edit button. Otherwise, it was grayed out and locked for editing. So you have to explicitly come down here and click edit again. All right, so that is saved in the simulation directory. If we want to know the exact file path, it's up here. And then let's go ahead and click OK and then go tools and then scripts. Now we have a button that says print date and time. So I can click that. And then here is the same thing, the date and time. Next, another option is to add to panel. So I just kind of wanted to step through and show you some of these options. Add to panel means I can select the available scripts on the left, click the add button, and then when I click OK, it shows up down here, print date and time. So I can click this button to invoke the script without actually having to open up this simulation scripts box. So I can close that and then invoke the script this way. Then if I go back to tools, scripts, and then I can schedule a script job. So let's go ahead and see how this works. Schedule a script job. Now I have these fields to fill out. I'm going to go ahead and give the job name a little bit different label. I'll just call it print DT. And then the script name is, of course, print date and time. That's not something we can change, and it's the only script there is, so that's our value. Then for single job or recurring job, let's go ahead and select recurring job, and then we can see how that works. Specify a start date and time. So for the date, I'll say today. It is Friday the 9th, and then the start time will be the next minute. So I'll just say 11:47. And then for recurrence interval, this will be, I can't put a decimal place, so I believe just 1 minute is the shortest it can continue. It can would be the smallest recurrence interval. So I'll do that. I'll click apply. It says it's been scheduled here. I'm keeping an eye on the time. We got 15 seconds. Okay, okay. And then also let me go ahead and open up status. So now we have our scheduled job here, and it shows the name, the script, the user. We got 3 seconds, 2, 1. Here are my hands. I'm not touching anything. And there is our scheduled script. It's 11:47 a.m. Okay, so I'm going to close that. I'm going to just let it run one more minute so we can see it happening and confirm that the cron job, the scheduled job, is activating as we specified it to. But anyway, going back to this table here, we have the name, the script, the user, and this last column here basically says when it's going to run, or I guess this was the first time it ran. Yeah, we can also delete the job if we don't want it to keep telling us the time every minute by going job and delete after it's been selected here. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to wait another 15 seconds. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Here are my hands, and there is the script with the next minute. All right, so obviously there's not a whole lot of usefulness for this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and delete this one like I said I would. Okay, it's been deleted. That's great. And then I can keep looking at the time if I want, but don't want to. So anyway, this was a very simple case of using utility scripting just to kind of see how it works, the mechanics of creating a script, knowing where that script is saved, running the script, and then scheduling the script.